Today I am here with a good friend of mine. We've known each other for quite a long time,
Oh my
Biren,
gosh.
from Forum Infotech. So Biren, tell us a little bit about Forum Infotech.
Yeah, Forum Infotech is a managed IT service provider. We specialize in providing IT services and consulting for small to mid-sized companies. We've been doing that for 20 years. I was born in Orange County and finally I settled in Corona as our home base.
20 years, you just hit that milestone. Tell us a little bit
Yes.
about
Oh
how
my
exciting
gosh.
that is
What a
to reach
journey
that.
it has been. Thank you, Judy, for having me here today. Wow. I mean, I never thought I would make it this far. As you know, the odds are against you.
Right?
You know, the 3-year, 5-year, 7-year.
You hit those milestones,
Oh
you're
my
like, woo!
gosh. I'm like, oh. We survived and we thrived, actually.
Yeah.
And we are an award-winning company for 8 years. We've been listed on MSP 501, and we've consistently climbed up the ladder. We made it to the top 50.
Wow.
And then last year, we won the Titans of the Industry Award, which is the first of its kind in our industry. And we got that award in a huge, massive audience in Beverly Hills, downtown. So it's been a wonderful journey.
The best of the best of the best, which is really awesome.
Absolutely.
So managed services, to those that are non-techie and don't necessarily understand the back end of technology, can you break that down for us? And what does that mean, managed services in your industry?
IT is very similar to marketing, right? There's so many elements to marketing, like social media and web design and copywriting and video and all this stuff, and it's overwhelming. And IT is exactly the same thing. You have your networks and your cloud and your data and your backup and your security and your applications, and am I making the right decisions and choices for my business? Do I have my password saved in one place? I mean,
right.
At the end of the day,
is it the same password for everything?
Yes, exactly. And at the end of the day, we try to bring structure and organization to a company's IT,
right.
From strategy, budgeting, forecasting, executing, planning, managing, all the day-to-day. So a business owner or a company that never has to think about IT, worry about hiring all the different IT roles and experts that are needed to get the job done.
Right.
We bring
and
all those
also
things.
Worried about, when you make a change, what are you going to lose in that when you're doing that?
So, yeah, one of the biggest trepidations business owners have is like, I've got a guy in house, or I've always done it this way. It's breaking free from that, right? Often they depend so much on that one person that they don't know if they're getting the right advice.
And they don't understand it, so they don't know if it's wrong or right. Yeah.
Exactly. And so when you come to us, we see and hear a lot in the industry. We read a lot. We have attend conferences. So we're extremely open-minded. We know what's happening. And so when we talk to a business, we're able to bring fresh ideas and suggestions. And I think that is the biggest game changer. So the companies that do invest in a partnership like with a company like ours, managed IT providers, often thrive. You've seen my clients starting at a certain point, and I've seen them like buy more buildings or acquire more companies. It's amazing.
It's because they are allowed to work on their business instead of in their business.
Absolutely.
You're handling that part of their business that's in their business. You had talked with me a little bit earlier about buckets. What are the 3 buckets you're putting your services in?
Yeah, so today, the role of an MSP has changed completely from the days of managing servers and making sure the backups are working and providing a help desk team. So when you call, your call is answered and taken care of it. The role of an MSP now is to drive digital transformation. So we are sitting with the client. So so 3 buckets are managed service, managed day-to-day IT services, right? Monthly,
getting in and out of
keeping the lights on, making sure
exactly.
you never have an outage, right? That's one bucket. And then there's the co-managed IT services. So we've seen a big boom in this service because some organizations do need smart hands on site, right? And we love that those engagements because we bring all the high level expertise while the smart hands is taking care of.
And you're supporting the in-house person, right?
Absolutely. And then cybersecurity and digital transformation. So cybersecurity, as you know, there's so many different things you need to do. What I've seen organizations do is they'll buy something because they heard on the radio or saw an ad in a magazine, or at the airport they saw a big banner and say, told their IT, I want Barracuda, I want this thing. But then you realize you have Barracuda for this and Sentinel for that and antivirus for that. And now you have seven different cybersecurity providers. None of them are talking to each other.
Well, and maybe even worse, that cybersecurity is not only the actual technology, but
Correct.
it's the education to
You nailed it.
to the staff to say, when you get that email or that phone call that says, you know, the CEO is out on vacation and he wants you to write a check to such and such, maybe take a second look at that before you actually do it.
Absolutely. Look at the MGM hack, right?
Oh, my
A simple
goodness.
phone call.
Yep.
And that's it. That's all it took. And you think MGM didn't have the right investments? They did.
They did.
But it only took one call. So you're coming down to educating
Right.
and putting systems in place, right? Having tabletop exercise, having a discussion outside of the tech, like what if scenarios, if this happens, what should I do?
And you go into companies and have those conversations with them?
100%. So we
That's
are
awesome.
even doing cybersecurity policies, incident response planning, because we got to prepare when this happens, right? It's not a matter of when, it is going to happen.
Right.
Yeah, and so
Right.
you need to be prepared. When are you gonna call the insurance company? What are you gonna say? I had one instance where a company took a little longer. 3 days went by before they hunted down the right insurance vendor. So the work that went for 3 days, the insurance company is like, we're not going to cover it.
Oh, wow.
Right? So it's little things like that. Now, if they were better prepared,
Right.
then first call when the incident happened would be to the correct insurance carrier.
And you have that checklist to help them
Absolutely.
and education to do
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. And I think, Judy, one thing we do every year is fill out insurance applications. When our client, we always require our clients to get cybersecurity insurance, right? And we fill those applications. So we show them what the insurance carriers are asking for, what does the business have, where's the delta, and what do we need to help them achieve and check all the boxes.
And would you recommend businesses of all sizes have this insurance? I mean, I know the big companies have
Yeah.
that, but are you seeing that a necessity
Yeah.
in businesses of all sizes?
Yeah, so there's different types of coverages. Sometimes there's media policies I've seen that includes a basic coverage, reputation damage, and things like that. But if you are a company that it depends on what does a 1 day of downtime look like to you.
Yeah.
What if your server is hit with a ransomware and you are couldn't operate? What is the damage, right? And depending on that, we would advise the right amount of cybersecurity to match the business, right? Not everybody needs everything, and it's about building a layered defense, right? Making it difficult for the bad guys or threat actors to penetrate a business.
Well, and I think that's a good point that you said that it's the right services for the right company, and that's
Yep.
the beauty of having managed services
Yep.
is that you can scale. Because my business today is going to have different IT needs than it is going to be in 6 months, in 3 years, in
Yep.
5 years. So, talk to us a little bit about how you work with a company as they grow.
Yeah, so typically we'll take them off, we'll do an assessment or a discovery call, and we'll learn everything about their business, the applications that they use, the workflows, what does a day in the life of the company look like, what kind of different departments they have. And we just try to get a good understanding of how they operate today, how much of the workflow is digitized, how much are they doing manually, are they using the right applications. We often find shadow IT in businesses all the time.
What is shadow IT?
Shadow IT is when your employees have gone rogue and they have started to use applications to get their job done because it's too cumbersome to get management approval, and they are bypassing the system. So now they have their data uploaded on Dropbox or share files somewhere, and the company doesn't even know, is not even aware about it. That's called data exfiltration. So that's what we discovered. And we go back to the client and say, did you realize we're seeing 10 instances of Dropbox on computers? Oh, I had no idea.
And their data is then subject to all kinds of exposure in that scenario.
Yep.
Speaking of that, we're all using AI.
Yep.
So how is AI affecting your industry? I can imagine that shadow IT might be an area, but how else are you addressing AI and helping your clients through that?
So AI is basically built on machine learning technology and years of machines being trained on data sets, different types of data sets. So today, when we are the biggest and best users of Gen AI, we are seeing is when you type for a problem solving. Take, for example, an error message that you're seeing, and our engineers use it. They can leverage that and say, I'm getting this type of error message in this context, and it can spit back all kinds of problem solving, right? Whether I'm working on a project to do a proposal for a client, and I provide all the logos and all the context and guidelines, then the Gen AI of your choice, whether it's Copilot or Gemini, whatever, is going to produce a proposal for you. So it's really, there's so many use cases affecting our industry, our clients' industries. The best use case today is, of course, the transcription of all the meetings, right? And having action items, read.ai, auto.ai, Copilot does it too, Microsoft. And I love that. I cannot attend all the meetings happening, but I can look at the AI recap quickly and see what was discussed, who discussed what, and what's going on,
and what needs to be done. Are you finding that you're helping clients navigate through what AI would be best for their situation? As part of your services?
Right, Judy. That's exactly what I was talking to about earlier, the role of an MSP. So being an innovative MSP, award-winning MSP, we have embraced AI wholeheartedly, and we are taking a step further. We are going and meeting our clients where they are. Take, for example, just Wednesday, I spent almost 2.5 hours at one of our client sites that makes custom gear applications for the off-road industry. Now, imagine a small business making a complex product, 500 parts, and imagine the so many use cases of AI, right? They're trying to build a site, the e-commerce, and inventory, and this and that. And
a lot of pieces and parts that are running on
and
that.
I was able to understand the time, the requirements, gather all the data. I was able to give them a site map customized for the industry based on what users in the off-road industry are doing within a matter of minutes.
That's amazing.
And the feedback from the client was like, this is simply amazing. I could have never thought of having a site map like this.
Right. So improving their business through technology, giving them advice on how to run their back office, but also some client-facing opportunities as well.
Absolutely. And that's the role, right? We are using our technical expertise. I was able to guide them from e-commerce to the site, to the inventory, the right software, the right integrations, and also talking about data guardrails, governance, right? Making sure that companies have, tightened their data so that people are not searching, well, how is my company doing, and some confidential information about, someone's reviews and things like that. You don't realize that before you implement AI in your business, you need to put some guardrails around it. You need to talk to a company like us who will come and look at your data, put those guardrails so that you are not opening everything up to everyone in your organization.
Right. So let's transition into telling me a little bit about what is your geographic coverage area? Who do you serve, and where are you best serving?
Yeah, so Judy, because we do a lot of cloud migrations and because we are experts in AWS and Microsoft, it's amazing how our reach has become, it's a national, because we got famous and a lot of people know us in the law firm legal industry, and we have law firms throughout the country and other clients too. So people find us like, oh, we know you're experts in hosting or migrating this particular application to the cloud, Thomson Reuters application. So yeah, it's really amazing how far we can go, but we are focusing a lot locally in our area in the Inland Empire, and really the 15-mile radius, because there's just so much business, right? And we can do so much more for the clients in our region. Even if we had a handful of clients, we would have our hands full, honestly.
Right. Absolutely. And you're located where?
We're located in Corona, centrally located, close to Orange County, and of course in Riverside County, and very easy to get to our clients within an hours and meet with them, see what's happening, and really see traction. Over the 20 years,
Face to
I've
face,
realized
right?
is less is more. Less
Right.
is more, and I want to bring transformation for our client. That's it, period. I want to work with less clients, but I want to really make an impact on their business.
That's amazing. And how could somebody find you and find out more information
Yep.
about the great fit that
Yeah.
you have for them?
Yeah, so foruminfotech.com. We are active on LinkedIn. We are on all the social, Facebook and Insta. We are also, just a call or a meeting away to have a conversation. And it's all about just the right fit, right? We want to work with companies that are truly going to be open up and say, look, we've done IT for all these years this way. Can I do it better? Sure, you can.
Right.
There's got to be something I can advise you, even if we don't do business together.
Right.
If I can just spark a conversation or the insight, right? And that's it. And you start with the outcome.
Right.
You start with the end in
Where do you
sight.
want to go?
Where do you
Right.
want to go? Where do you want to take your business? Can we make that happen for you?
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing what you're going to do for the next 20 years.
Oh, thank
and
you.
we appreciate you coming in and chatting with
Thank you
us.
so much for the opportunity, Judy. This has been a great conversation, and I love it. And wish you all the best as well.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thanks.